Hand clap to the master, guys. We are finally back again for another reaction on the one and only Mystelics reaction, guys. Big up all the Mystelics YouTube family, man. All across the entire universe right there, guys. Big up yourself one time. And of course, the newcomers are there. Big up yourself as well for definitely tuning into another reaction video. This here, right there, guys. If you haven't done so, guys, definitely subscribe and turn on that post notification. Click the bell when you subscribe, guys, and then click all. So you'll be pretty much notified when I drop my videos right there and then. And of course, guys, don't forget to download the Mystelics Tube app in the comment box below right there. Now, guys, you guys probably remember these individuals that you've seen right there. This, of course, is a Kenisha Etienne and her father right there, guys. And of course, such happiness that you've seen in this here photo. So unfortunately, that Kenisha's mother disappeared in 2012, I believe it was, and Kenisha, of course, disappeared in 2022. Now, there's a number of individuals saying certain things in the Caribbean when it comes on to the individual right there in question, and of course asking the question, if Dominica did learn about the whole situation, what needs to be done when it comes on to missing people, especially the little people right there. This is not the first time that somebody has gone missing, but then we're seeing that the little people are disappearing. And of course, with that said, guys, we have another individual who went missing right there. I think it was over the weekend. But of course, this is the individual that we are talking about right there. Let me read this thing right there. If anyone has seen this little youth right there, please contact the number given on the picture or contact via messenger. His name is Jamari Sablon, 13 years old, of Kings Hill. Last seen on Friday 23rd. That's about 3 days ago right there. Anyone with information can go a long way. Please share. And of course, please make sure that you get to contact this individual via the number provided. And of course, this is the number right there, guys. Missing anyone who knows the whereabouts of this little one right there, please contact 275-3428. I know there are individuals who tend to listen to the voice and don't necessarily see. So they tend to just click, listen to the videos. So the number is 27. Well, then again, you would need to understand what the little boy looks like. He's a light-skinned individual. Of course, if you're blind and stuff, you cannot be able to see. But it's 275-3428 right there. Anybody with information, if you've heard anything, heard somebody saying certain things and, listening, you can definitely call that number 275-3428. That's the individual right there who has gone missing. The big question is, are they in pursuit? Are the authorities in pursuit of finding this little one right there? Are they in pursuit? We don't know. I haven't heard anything about this thing right there. Hopefully this guy is found. But it's rather interesting, guys, that this kind of thing is happening yet again. The big question is, what have we learned? Now, I understand that if certain things might happen the first time when you go out and searching for individuals and you didn't find it, but what have you done or put in place to avoid this from happening again? What? Did you make sure that you check the borders so that nobody escapes, or you'll be able to track the person there? Did you set up proper teams? Do you have the right equipments to go and do the searching for these individuals right there? What is going on? Jamik Sablon. Missing one, guys. This is the one right there. This one has other numbers under it. I don't know, guys. I don't know. St. Kitts have one of the best kind of setup that they have. They don't just rely on the government. They rely on themselves, for which they can organize themselves. I mean, the government put things in place to ensure that the competent set of people are there to help guide and do things when disasters are happening. But what has Dominica done? And guys, I'm not saying this to people say, oh, you're bringing down the country. What has Dominica done to prevent these things from happening? The big question here is, when it happens again, and most likely will happen again, the big question is, what has been done, or what will have been done to have stopped this? Another one is missing. These are the numbers right there, guys. These are the numbers. If you see this individual, I'm making sure you guys see the face of the individual right there. I know sometimes people don't have their own way or fed up. Hey, I'm not saying what, maybe he ran away and decided, but if you've seen the whereabouts of this young man, please, I'm asking you guys to help us find this individual right there. The youth, that is the youth here. The youth that go in there, all you don't realize is the youth that literally go in there. The other one was 12. The girl was 12. This one is 13. I don't know. I don't know if it's a rise in the lodge or something like that. Then you start having these kind of things taking place. But there's indeed a rise in the lodge in Dominica. They're quiet, but we know they're there. We don't know. I don't know what's going on. Hopefully these guys found. If you guys don't know any information, leave that of course in the comment box below. Most likely the parents of this individual will definitely see this video. So definitely share this video as well, guys, so other people can know what exactly. Share this video out all over the place. Or if you can take a screenshot of this guy and post it on your stuff. Anyways, guys, the weather conditions over the weekend was not simple at all. Apparently, this is in the Point Michelle region. Another question I must ask, is this thing guided properly based off Hurricane Maria? What has been done to prevent these kind of things from happening again? Did they set up a wall? Did they put something there? Did they organize it properly? I don't know. But you guys can let me know, those individuals in the Point Michelle region, what has been done as a result of this. If a hurricane has to come or some serious rainfall, we will repeat the same thing? Will we be repeating the same situation that happened in 2017? That is what I keep asking myself. Boy, I tell you, boy, we don't seem to have competent people enough to try their best to say, okay, this situation happened, we couldn't do anything about it, but let's try to prevent it from happening again. The same thing with the missing one. Look at another one missing. What has been done? What is the strategies? Look at another thing again. This took 15 lives. It's small now. It took 15 lives during Hurricane Maria. What has been done? Another situation right there, guys, falling rocks. Who is passing around the different cliffs and stuff to say, hey, okay, this can be dangerous to us. Let us cut it out. Let us take out these things. Let us try to make it a bit safer. Take out the big cliff, I tell you, boy. We're waiting for something bad to happen. You cannot happen. I think Siri gave a you guys could check, go on Siri exposing right there. He was talking about the very same thing. Well, he stated that back in the day, the government, the British government gave money or giving money or wanted to give money or something like that for them to build proper roads. Look at people now over the weekend. Look at people. Look at the road. If you can drive your vehicle now, if there's an emergency now, and that situation is happening. Boy, I tell you, boy, we're not easy in that place. No, talking about not easy, guys. Look another situation happen. This one happened. The previous thing that you saw was in Granby, guys. This one is in Calibishi. Apparently, some individual may have gone off. Definitely went off the road and ended up hitting a pillar. Thank God the pillar was there. You would have go over. But I noticed there's some kind of marking right there, guys. I know I am guilty of it as well, guys. I don't like seatbelts at all, but I think we need to start wearing our seatbelts, guys. I think it's vital right there because I seen this thing right there. I don't think it's a mango that hit that. It looking like he's facing outside. Maybe there's another one right there. I don't know, maybe he parked or something, but most likely a head hit the glass. I don't know. That have airbag now? It didn't have airbag inside there? Well, take it easy for me, please, guys. That's not a van, that is a Jeep, by the way. Or whatever you call it. Where is this the thing for it now? But I must commend the people who made this something, whoever made this thing, big up yourself one time, because that it didn't break. It right there is like nothing happened to it. Look at all the vehicle was bent up back right, tell you, but it's something else. Hopefully the individuals in that vehicle, individuals in that vehicle are okay. But I think we need to be mindful of this. Not just that, guys, but also cows in the road. There are cows in the road. You need to also be mindful of cows in the road. Don't just be speeding and going crazy. Maybe that's probably what he see and he end up going there. Who knows? But we know for a fact. And it's important to the drivers out there, especially the foreigners that are coming in. Guys, it's important that you know that you keep left. There was an incident where a Dominica driver was driving on the left side, which is a normal side that they're supposed to be driving. Keep to your left, please. They're driving on the thing, and next thing, some vehicle was coming on the same side, driving on the right, coming down on the person. The person then had to swerve out going onto their side, which they're supposed to be driving. They come in on the person, you know, the person have to swerve out, the person continue, and the person. People, share this video for me, please, that the foreigners them will also so know to drive on the left. Keep left, please. Or you end up making people end up in accident and things. And then another thing I think they need to do as well. They need to also the people who rent in vehicles need to also tell the foreigners that they need to drive on the left hand side, not on the right. On the left hand side, you're supposed to be driving at all times. This is not America. You come down, drive on the left. If you cannot drive, if you feel uneven, drive slow. People will pass you. Take your time, drive left. Marquesa. Only make people end up in accident or even passing away too because of all your ignorance. I also think, like I said before, I think the people who rent in vehicles also need to tell these foreigners that they drive on the left hand side, not the right. Get this in all your head for me, please. Share this video so other people can know as well. Drive on your left, or tell them drive on your left, not to drive on the right. It's a heck of a thing that we going through there. Thank God for the pole, but that cars on the road. And you have cars on the road, sometimes you have foreigners, they're driving on the wrong side of the road. That boy, guys, we need to pray, bro. You have to constantly pray in Dominica there, because yo, please tell the foreigners when they're coming in to drive on the left side. Hold their left, not the right. Left. Forget the right. Left side alone. Anyways, guys, I saw this other video right there, which was rather interesting to me. So apparently, well, let's take a listen.
So I say I'm going to just, stop squeezing on bus with people.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
And I come in and I see in that place. People, look at that.
No, guys, I don't know if it's in Dominica or this is St. Lucia. I mean, a St. Lucia accent. But I've seen people do this in Dominica too.
Like, what? Can somebody tell me what's that? What's going on there?
And sometimes this thing only has one bolt in it, guys. Sometimes this thing might come out, so but that might be dangerous to you too. Have one thing there and the thing loosening. You think you're comfortable, thinking like you on a bike. No.
Okay. And I saying I don't want to take bus because people just squeeze on bus.
I not gonna lie, you look like you're assaulting the vehicle. Go easy, father, please. Go easy.
What's going on there? Okay? And I saying I don't want to take bus because people just squeeze on bus.
Well, you think you want to ride like this too? Well, it's all I want to put a little in danger here. But this look like fun, but you also look like you're assaulting the vehicle. Stop your dirty ways right there. We're talking about driving, guys. We have another update from RUBIS. RUBIS have an update, guys. Take a listen to what RUBIS have to say.
The issues we have is a situation whereby, due to the pricing structure from the Ministry of Trade, we are being forced to subsidize the market. And what I mean by that is that when we import a gallon of product, the landed cost here, assuming the landed cost is say $10, the price bill up starts at let's say $9. So for every gallon that we are selling, even before the product gets to the market, we are losing money. We have made repeated approaches to government.
I tell you the solution to that problem, The solution to that problem is the government. There is no other solution at present that you can possibly think of. None. And the solution to this is VAT. Remove the VAT, the prices will drop, and you'll be able to make a little something so that the economy can start continue flowing. But I don't think the government cares about these things, because if the government did care, they would have done this already. They would have done this already. But they don't care. You guys remember when RUBIS them said that the government said that they're going to have a meeting with them, and waited till the last day the government came in and said, okay guys, we're going to be doing something, we'll help you out and whatnot, blah blah blah. Met with RUBIS on the last day that we were supposed to close. I think that was last year or earlier this year. They were supposed to close, guys. The government, on the day that they were going to close, the government met with them and said, okay, we'll work out something. The government don't meet no The government don't do nothing. That's why they're back to this predicament right there. Since 2011, they came making losses. 2016 increases the losses that they're making. The government met with them in either late 2021 or early 2022, around that region there. Met with them on the last day. I think it's in March or April. One of them. Met with them and said, we'll do something. Okay, we understand your plight. Blah, blah, blah. We understand your plight. And they said there's absolutely nothing the government did. So the government make... Boy. Guys, and it's not like I wish to be saying these things, no. I talk about the missing person. Have they done anything? We don't know. Nobody knows. Are the protocol set up to at least teach people, okay, if you see this baba, what to do? Nobody knows. Look at another person go missing. Point Michelle is another one. Point Michelle, look the river flowing. Stump come, boom, river flowing again. What has been done in that region? Has anything been done? I have no clue whatsoever been done. We know, okay, it happened already. It passed. Let us just leave it alone. No, look, RUBIS. You think it's me that just want to say these things? I want to come and to you guys. The reason why I'm presenting this to you guys, to make the people aware of what is taking place. Because apparently I don't know what's going on with them. They probably close their eyes. They don't just close their eyes. They wear glasses too. Put a dark shades and they put scotch tape. No, duct tape. They put duct tape over it so they wouldn't see. They say if I don't see, they say seeing is believing, not true. If I not seeing it at all, it's not real. Then they put in a black plastic bag and a crop tox bag over there for them to literally not see. Then they take in toilet paper and twig or whatever and they chuck it in there so they wouldn't. But it's right there. Just because you pretend that it is not happening or you pretend that something that is going on is not happening doesn't mean that something will disappear. It is happening. And to pretend as if it's not going on, as if you're not hearing and seeing this thing over and 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 over again, doesn't make it disappear. It's happening whether you like it or not. And pretending that things doesn't exist, that is happening, doesn't make it disappear. Look at RUBIS, them complaining again.
And government is quite aware of it. In 2021, for example, government made some concession towards that, and they promised that they'll get back to the table.
I just said that. That's based on the letter I read. So it's in 2021 that happened.
First quarter of 2022. First quarter of 2022 came. We made several attempts to meet with government. We wrote to government.
Oh, that was probably when they had the gas station strike. That's probably when they had the gas station strike. Even though some of the RUBIS stations stayed open. It's interesting that you guys are feeling the blunt of it, yet still you guys still stayed open. Because some of the RUBIS stations are organized by, I think, by certain people of the government. But even if you are with the government could be your father. The Prime Minister could be your father and you own one of the RUBIS gas stations in Dominica. It is still affecting you too. You cannot escape that. It is still affecting you too. And hoping for the government to bail you out. How are you going to make things happen in the country now? How are you going to elevate? People doesn't see these things. The things that are needed for the country to elevate are literally standing in your face and people just quiet to boy. People quiet to boy. Boy, that's something else, boy. No, boy.
And we are still waiting, but we cannot wait indefinitely. The losses continue. We can no longer sustain them. If you buy a product and the landed cost into Dominica is $10 and you have to sell it less than the landed cost, that's what I mean by losses. You are making losses even before the product get out of there in the market on the streets for sale. Because
its landing cost is $10. The landing cost is $10. $9 is where you normally, play with the regions. When you really check it, when you have to pay your expenses, everything like that, you're already making a loss. Plus you have to pay expenses on that, salaries, all these kind of things. You have to buy the gas with making a loss. You've been making a loss since 2011 and you still have to buy gas. That means the capital you have to be using to try to do these things, hoping for things to change. Hoping. Hope. We like labor writers hoping for change. Hope, man. Oh, we hoping, man. There's no greater hope that anybody can have than that of a labor right. None. I have never seen hope. We should have hope in Jesus like labor rights, I tell you. If we have hope in the Lord, hallelujah. We can conquer mountains, you know. What is mountains though? We conquer in cities and nations. Of course. You hope labor right having absolute nothingness is absolutely incredible.
That's what I mean when I say losses. You have been forced to subsidize it. It's a petroleum product. It's a regulated product. We don't fix the price. The ministry does.
Yep.
So it's not a question that we are losing $1.
But you know who's gaining? The government. So even if prices were to increase, the government would gain more. The government would gain more if they keep the VAT at the same price. They will always gain more.
And we can say, okay, let's increase it by $1. It doesn't work like that. To every importation that we bring in, we must bring the invoices to the Ministry of Trade. So the ministry is quite aware of what we are paying for it. And they, based on that, they do the price build-up. Following our suspension of sales on September 15th, if this is not resolved in a timely and meaningful manner, we will be severing ties with the employees come September 30th.
Well, guess what might happen? What happened before? It seems like people doesn't learn. So what happened before? The government came on the last day. They came on the very last day that you guys were going to be closing down and said that they were going to be doing something. They didn't do nothing after that. So what most likely will happen, they will come on the last day or the day before to make you feel like something is happening. Hey guys, we're working out the kinks and everything like that. Okay, we'll be there and whatnot. Guys, if you have to leave, you have to leave. You cannot be making a loss. It may be. You can't be making a loss since 2011. 11 years you're making losses. And still the government come and tell you things. This is one of the reasons why Ross left. The government was making promises to Ross. I know these things, man. I know. The government was making promises to Ross that they never kept. Saying that this can happen, even clearing the landfills. Nothing was done. When they came down, they seen things not happening. They checking about what's going on. They were sending their people from time to time in Dominica. Ross didn't want to leave. Yet still the government telling Dominicans that Ross wanted to leave. Ross didn't want to leave. Ross, even today, Ross will tell you. I spoke to some of them. They will tell you today that Dominica was the best place for them because Barbados is more expensive than Dominica. Dominica was the best place for them, thus increasing their profit margins. $60-something million they take to go to Barbados. You think they wanted to leave? Ross is a Dominica one. Ross is Dominica owned. Ross is Dominican. We let the you know they'll say entity, like some of us have US entities. Ross is a Dominica entity and stand as a Dominica citizen. Ross is a Dominica citizen, born and bred in Dominica. They let Ross go just like they letting the brain of the smart people of Dominica leave Dominica. They're forcing them to leave because nothing is happening. They're trying their best to see how we can make things, how we love our country and what the 44 years we are going to celebrate November 3rd. Places like St. Kitts, places like Grenada, St. Lucia, even St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I mean, St. Vincent have little ups and downs, but even St. Vincent, Marisa. Well, I guess that's what the people want. Well, RUBIS, I saw it all, yeah, but you know, I saw it go sometimes. Well, I guess after they shut down the employees, if nothing is done, I guess employees will have to go to Mr.
When everybody crying the country hard.
Anybody want to become a vagrant, give me a name, please. Anybody want to become a vagrant, I'm taking names.
He's the president of the Vagrant Society in St. Lucia, easy. So some of you might have to go down to St. Lucia and join the Vagrant Society.
When everybody crying the country hard.
Anybody want to become a vagrant, give me a name, please. Anybody want to become a vagrant? I'm taking names.
Boy. We'll join the vagrant society. Apparently that's what will happen in Dominica. But then again,
what does a nation do when a huge percentage of its populace gets this stupid? What does it do?
What does that?
When a huge percentage of its populace gets this stupid.
He was talking about the United States, guys. And I remember the reason why this is so relevant to Dominica, guys, because I remember back in the day when it comes on to voting, it was only the educated people that could vote. People who understood what was taking place in the country that could actually vote. You had to have some level of education, right? But they switched it to some of the political parties back in the day. They switched it and were encouraged to say everybody has a right to vote, this and that. So then you had the people who were incompetent in their mind, only doing things if you give them money, then they'll vote for you. Not necessarily on an educated basis. They only do things because they get something from the government and vote it for them. And that somehow slightly switched the scale. Isn't that the same thing that is happening in Dominica? Well, I think everybody has a right to vote, always had a right to vote in Dominica. But I'm talking about the precedents of this year video. He's talking about the back in the day people who were educated. I literally saw the history of how it changed and all the things like that. They convince the people that everybody has a right to vote. Why should they vote and you're not voting when you are living in the same country too? Whatnot, blah, blah, blah. They put this in the people's mind, so the people started pushing for it and everybody started voting. And the people who started voting were not the best up there, so they allowed themselves to be bought over. Give me this and I'll give you that and I'll be able to do this for you and so forth and so forth. The same system is happening in Dominica. Then you have the brain drain going, people leaving just like Dominica allowed Ross to leave. The brain people are leaving for betterment. And trust me, I have been around the Caribbean. I can tell you that they're doing better. Well, those I know and meet, they're doing great. You think they could ever do what they do in Dominica? You crazy boss. But of course, let's go back.
What does a nation do when a huge percentage of its populace gets this stupid? What does it do?
I have insurance, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, if my children fall sick, I can fly them out. But what about all of us here, all of you here?
You forget with the all of us. Which all of us is a mistake you make there, you know. All of us. You just said that you and your children can fly. Which all of us is including yourself into the very thing, but you know you're not part of them. But you're including the us part. You know that. He said, well, he completely contradicted himself. Listen to this.
I have insurance, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, if my children fall sick, I can fly them out. But what about all of us here, all of you here? How many of us have health insurance?
God have mercy upon us.
Well, I can fly out too. Thank God, I can fly out too. So, from the make government from the royal with all you steal. Don't get smart. Don't wisen up. And always allow people to constantly buy all you steal. And the incompetent leaders in different ministries and expect things to grow. Expect it. Ted Kalbas. They're talking about incompetence. Junilia is in the building. Not true. Junilia, okay, right. Alright then, Junilia. I also saw this, guys. This was part of the devotional messages. If you guys have a Bible or something, the Bible app, or people who have the Bible app, they tend to send this to you on your stuff. I saw this. This was very important right there, guys. Then if my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their dirty ways, I will hear from heaven and will forgive their sins and restore their land. It's very interesting right there. Maybe that's not what the people are doing. Maybe we're not seeking the Most High face, and the Most High just allowing us to destroy our own selves because the people think they're smarter than God. Oh, you bad beings, you see that boy? And there are some people who think they're smarter than God, but there are some people who also face the consequences. The former president of the Gabonese National Assembly guy, this individual was arrested on Saturday, September 17th, with suitcases filled with banknotes more than 1 billion CFA. According to the Daily News, guys, this guy, I bet he thought that he was not going to get, caught. I bet. But then again, sometimes you think in Dominica, certain situations happening. What is the police doing? The police are supposed to uphold the laws, but instead of upholding the laws, they're upholding the very people who are causing corruption and then trying their best to fight against the people who are trying to expose this to the people. And it's rather unfortunate that the very people themselves are then targeting the very people who are making this information aware to them. They are targeting the very people who are making these informations known to them. What is wrong with human beings, boy? What is wrong with human beings? I don't know. But you guys can definitely let me know your thoughts in the comment box below. This is pretty much the boss for this reaction video. If you reach the end of this video, guys, type in the comment box below. Stop your dirty ways for me, please. Don't say it for me, please. You know, say stop your dirty ways, guys. If you reach the end of this video, type in stop your dirty ways in the comment box below, as well as don't forget to check out the latest videos and stuff in the first comment in the comment box below, as well as the link to download the Mystelics Tube app right there. Guys, definitely do this. I would appreciate that right there. And then I'll see you guys in the next reaction video. Boom.